So sit straight and tall. Bring your hands beside your hips. You can use fists, but push down so your hips lift, and then like a swing almost, roll the flesh of the buttock towards the back of the knees. And then once you do that, set the hips down evenly, slowly, steadily. Bring the hands so they can hook the front of your knees and turn the upper arm bones out, moving the thoracic spine inward. Let the eyes closed and lengthen upward through the crown of the head. Observe that the two legs can release and let go. In fact, if you hook your fingers just a little on the underside of your kneecap, you can feel how the legs sort of release into your fingers, creating a greater sense of ease there, even in the groin. Now, maintaining that, bring the hands together at the center chest and work to press even and especially into the outer heel of the hand. Observe how that transforms the shoulders and even the base of the neck. Smooth, even, steady breath. And then join me for the sound of Om. Maintain the lift of the heart center and release the head down towards that space within. And surrender there completely. And then release the hands with the palms up. Bring the head up with closed eyes. And gently open the eyes. All right, so to begin with, we are going to take the legs up the wall. So go ahead and arrange your mat so that the narrow edge of the mat is flush with the wall. And, bring your buttock bones as close to the wall as is comfortable for you. Let the arms just release to the side and just kind of take a moment there once you get there. Just don't do anything and just kind of use this position and use these props, the wall and the floor, as a way to sort of check in with where you are today. It would even be useful to put the thumbs at the base of the skull, there at the occipital ridge. Lift the head, lengthen that occipital ridge back. Then the heel of the hands to the forehead, slide the heel of the hands down the forehead so the palms can cover the eyes for a moment, allowing that darkness to settle you inward. Of course, relax through the eyes, the mouth, the jaw, the tongue. Observe the breath in the side body. When the time is right for you, you can take your arms back out to the sides. Of course, keep the upper arm bone turning out. You can keep the eyes closed if you want. It's really up to you now. But take a few moments here and begin to push your heels up the wall. So in other words, flex your feet a lot. Push the heel up the wall so they gain a little bit of a lift there, and observe how that changes your lumbar spine. And it's not a huge change, but I want you to feel how the flesh of the lower buttock, so if you think of dividing your buttock in half, right, from the top portion to the lower portion, the flesh from the lower portion of the buttock can flow then towards your heels. And in doing that, it takes the low back well down onto the ground. Do that. Be there for a few moments. Breathe into the side ribs. Keep the abdomen surrendered, deflated. Observe how the flesh in the back body can continually spread away from the spine, creating a nice width beneath you. Then add into that a spreading of the mounds of your foot towards the ceiling. Without losing that flow of the buttock, observe how the mound of the foot will lift a little higher than your heels and lift through the kneecaps, right, from that upper kneecap so that the front thigh moves to the back thigh and the back thigh can spread towards the wall. So observe that effort in your legs of the front thigh moving to the back thigh. Maintain that. Take the arms up. You can hook your thumbs. And then pull the arms away from the waist and overhead. It should not cause your low back to lift away from the ground now, right? With the legs doing their job. Instead, the side waist stays down. Bring the breath again wide into the side body. And keep the neck relaxed. Observe when you spread the mounds of the foot, how the inner groins can surrender, keeping also the abdominal region, particularly the lower abdominal, deep. And then begin to bring your legs into Upavishta legs. So take the legs wide apart, but still the same part of your heel pushes into the wall. Now, in fact, again, push out through the heels and feel right buttock flows to the right heel, left buttock flows to the left heel. And observe how, especially now, the outer groin flows towards the wall. Really kind of catch that, because when we open our legs like this, the feet tend to turn towards the floor. It's okay to start, especially when your feet are flexed like that. So observe how you can pin that outer groin towards the wall. Then, again, add in the mounds of the foot, pressing away a little further than the heels. So the inner leg lengthens. But still the low back stays on the ground, spreading. As the legs find their width and find all that space inside. Then bring your hands to the outer knees just to give a little support and put your feet in Baddha Konasana. When you do, get the outer groin again to flow towards the wall as if your two buttocks were flowing towards the two heels. And you can use your hands if you wish to roll the outer legs or the knees gently towards the wall. Don't force anything. But surrender in the hip joint. And then once again, extend the legs straight up the wall. Start the way you began, right? Heels push, mounds of the foot spread. So the front thigh moves to the back thigh, take the arms overhead, maybe hook the opposite thumb, elongate. So be aware of how the right side and the left side, they are not perfectly symmetrical. So effort to find an evenness between right and left. Then legs go wide, Upavishta legs, heels away, outer groin to the wall. Mounds of the foot away to complete that action. There's sort of a tendency there, especially for the bindi folks, to let that arch come into your back here. Don't. Keep the buttock flowing to the heels. And then hands to the outer legs, Baddha Konasana. And then legs back up the wall. Now, So now from here, go ahead and roll onto your right hand side. Take downward dog with your heels against the wall. So using the wall can be a good way to find not only stability, but space. Use the wall in a similar way. Flow the lower portion of the body to the heels, but then spread the mounds of the foot. So you catch all those actions as before. So the low back has a sense of being even. Front ribs flowing towards the frontal hip bones. Walk the feet about halfway to your hands and walk the hands back to the feet and take soft Uttanasana. Just hold the elbows. Dance around with the weight in your feet so that the weight comes forward in the mounds of the foot. Foot evenly bearing weight so the inner legs draw up. And the side body flows downward. Change the crossing of the arms. And then with an inhale, come all the way up. Good. Go ahead and take downward dog with your hands against the wall as well. We're here, so let's take that. Use the head against the wall to get a full, complete turn in the upper arm bone. Maintain that as you lengthen back. In fact, walk your hands to your feet for a second. Grab a bolster and bring a bolster over to your spot there. So place the bolster a little bit in front of the wall, maybe 4 or 5 inches. Turn your hands out, but that bolster should catch the lower forearm. And again, head against the wall, turn the upper arms out, and then use that bolster to help the forearms remain buoyant, lifted, and elongate back into downward dog again. Open through the outer armpits. Surrender the occipital ridge away from the neck. Frontal ribs towards the frontal hip bones as the shoulder blades press into the back. And then again, walk the feet about halfway forward. Walk the hands to the feet. Hold the outer ankles. Turn the upper arms out. And exhale, bend the elbows wide and descend through the side body again into a more active Uttanasana now. Golafasana, actually, holding the ankles. And then inhale and up you come. All right, let's set the bolster aside. If you've pulled your stuff well away from your normal area, go ahead and bring your mat back out to center. And come back to your mat there. Good. Now, we're going to come to the narrow edge of the mat and stand in Tadasana, because we're going to do a little bit of a series of movements. So you'll see as we go, but come to Tadasana here now. Be sure that the upper arms turn out and the palms and even the forearms face the body, especially this inner heel of your hand, so that the shoulders can descend downward. Right? I'm going to turn, you should too. Catch the tailbone to build the lift in the center chest. Then palms together, Namaskarasana. Inhale, Urdhva Namaskarasana, pull up through the arms. Look forward and bend the knees. Utkatasana, press the heels and keep lifting up, especially through the pinky fingers. Getting that outer heel of the hand to press to move the shoulder blades into the back. Then inhale, pull with the arms, lift up, buttock down, so tailbone's in. Exhale, bend forward, Uttanasana. Palms down, and with your exhale, step or jump, downward dog. Then bend your knees, and with an exhale, jump to Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana or Urdhva Namaskarasana. And bend the knees, Utkatasana. Pinky fingers drawing upward, drive the shoulder blades in as you look forward. Then inhale, lift up. And again, exhale, Uttanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Flow the buttock to the heels as you spread the back groin. Then look forward. Now with your exhale, you're going to jump and have a seat. So exhale, have a seat. Paripurna Navasana. Cross the ankles, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So each time, really catch that the flesh of the buttock flows to the heels, even as the mound of the foot spreads, so that the tailbone remains in. The more you can maintain that control at the base, the easier all of the actions become. Then bend the knees, look forward, and jump Uttanasana. Bend both knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Catch the tailbone, heel bones down, look forward. And inhale, pull up with the arms. Namaskarasana. Tadasana. Namaskarasana. Urdhva Namaskarasana. Utkatasana. Experiment with the depth of the bend, but the lift of the arms. And then Uttanasana. With your exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're going to jump to sitting and take Paripurna So with your exhale, jump and straight away, Paripurna. So it's those same actions. The lower buttock flows towards the heels, but also the mound of the foot spreads, creating the lift in the chest. Keep your feet up there. You can get up on top of your buttock more, Wendy. Then cross the ankles, downward dog. With your exhale, jump to Uttanasana. Then inhale, Utkatasana. Look forward. So you can work with the bend of your knees, weight in the heels, tailbone in, keeping those pinky fingers pulling up. Then inhale, come to standing. Exhale, Uttanasana. Take a breath and exhale, downward dog. So again, you're going to jump to sitting and take Paripurna. Take a breath and with your exhale, go. Straight away, Utkatasana. I'm sorry, Paripurna. Now, just listen. Now from here, you're going to exhale and take your legs behind you, almost like Halasana, but it's Adho Mukha, Urdhva Mukha, Paschimottanasana. So it's exhale, legs overhead. And again, feel the buttock flows towards the heels, but the mounds of the foot spread. So there's a stability from the base. Then with your exhale, you're going to slowly but steadily lengthen the outer groins away, roll down the spine and come up for Paschimottanasana. Heels away, but spread the mound of the foot. Come up, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. So one more time, just like that. Keep the heels reaching down. Take a breath. We're going to Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, heels down, so you catch the buttock down. Then Utkatasana. Look forward. Catch the tailbone, pinky fingers. Then Urdhva Hastasana. Keep those shoulder blades in. Uttanasana. Once more, downward dog. Catch how the legs and the pelvis work together. And then we're going to Paripurna. So exhale, jump to sitting. And straight away, Paripurna. So the buttocks flowing to the heels, the mounds of the foot are spreading. It helps keep the tailbone stable and in. Use that and inhale, arms overhead, feet overhead. Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. Now what you do here, slide the outer groins away from you slowly. Keep the mounds of the foot spreading so the back starts to lengthen out on the mat bit by bit. And then keep the low back long and take your feet forward and Paschimottanasana. And then inhale, come up and take downward dog. Take a breath and jump to Uttanasana. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, look forward. Lift up to Urdhva Namaskarasana and bring the hands to the chest. Get that outer heel of the hand to press. And then bring the arms into Tadasana. And be there for a moment. Okay, so come to standing in Tadasana. We're going to take some standing poses now, and we're going to do them a little bit differently than what we're frankly accustomed to. So stick with me. If you need blocks for triangle or anything like that, just have them now, okay? And then come to Tadasana. Thigh bones back, heel bones down, so the tailbone is in. Spread the mound of the foot so the outer leg is firm. And you can begin to catch that lift from behind the pubic plate to the center chest. Okay. With your inhale, jump. Utthita Hasta Padasana. Now we're going to your right, so turn the legs towards the right and press the left heel down. So the left thigh is back, tailbone is in. We're stringing several asanas together here on the right side. So take a breath in with your exhale, bend the right knee, Virabhadrasana 2. Press the left heel, reach the left arm. Turn the gaze and look over those right fingertips. Keep broadening the front chest, both arms reaching evenly. Keep the left thigh bone back. Now, to transition, you're going to press the mound of your right big toe, lift through the right leg, and transition to Trikonasana. It's a bit of a wide stance, that's okay. Keep the outer hips firm so the tailbone is in. Then, Ardha Chandrasana. Step in with that back foot. Oops. Wall. Ardha Chandrasana. So, can you still connect to that sensation of the lower portion of the buttock flowing to the heels? So the tailbone is in. Then we're coming out of Ardha Chandrasana and into Utthita Parsvakonasana. So you bend the front leg, reach way back with the left foot, left arm up and overhead, Utthita Parsvakonasana. And then inhale, come on up to standing. Turn the feet forward and bring your hands to your waist. So, in adding in this Friday class, I am calling it a level 4, sometimes a level 5 or a level 4 or 5 plus. But it's different. What makes that class a little bit more advanced? Go ahead and reach the arms wide, just depending on the day. But for today, turn the legs to the left. Working with these standing poses with stability, with awareness, is one of the things that creates that, what I would call a higher level. Bend your left leg, Virabhadrasana 2. So it's not about how much can you do. Get weight in the heel, right thigh back. But it's what's the quality of what you do. So it's not that I'm trying to get it to be like a cardio class and you move quickly, but can you maintain that pranic lift in the base of the pelvic floor as you go from pose to pose? We're going to Trikonasana now. So you all know at this level, the general effort in each pose. But now it's not one pose, stop, another pose, stop. It's a continuation. Now, Ardha Chandrasana. So it's a matter of, can you maintain the pranic quality? Or if you lose it, it's sort of like, how quickly can you re-attain? Then Utthita Parsvakonasana, big step back, bend the front knee, top arm up and over. Now press the left leg into the left arm as your right thigh goes back, tailbone in, turn. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet forward. Exhale, jump. Tadasana. Vriksasana. Right leg in. Take the arms overhead. Lengthen from the buttock down and the side waist up. Even here, can that outer heel of the hand press? Then hands to the chest, Tadasana. Second side. Catch the standing leg and the effort of the standing leg. Bring the arms up, keeping that outer heel of the hand pressing. Even if the arms are forward of the head, that's okay. Good. And then hands back to the chest in Tadasana. We're doing the same thing, just same thing again. Inhale, jump. Turn the right leg out to the right, left heel down. Inhale, and with your exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. So really get the pose with your gaze forward initially so that the back leg and back arm participate. Maintain that and exhale, look out over the right fingertips. Utthita Trikonasana. Ardha Chandrasana. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Really bend the front leg so that you land in the pose. And then the top arm overhead. Inhale, come up. Change sides. So right heel down, right thigh back, right arm reaches. Vira 2. So you know the chest wants to follow that front leg. Keep it stable and at the center. Even as you turn your head. Virabhadrasana. I'm sorry, Utthita Trikonasana. Ardha Chandrasana. Utthita Parsvakonasana. And inhale, come up to standing. Turn the feet forward. With your exhale, jump. Tadasana. Take the feet hips distance. Reach the arms up, inhale. Crawl up. Tailbone in. Exhale, come forward, soft Uttanasana. Deflate the abdomen as the weight spreads across the mound of the foot. And then inhale, come up. Tadasana. Okay, so now we're moving on. Sort of. We may come back. But we'll begin from Tadasana. Same sort of pace though. Steady, breathe, keep your mind and wits about you. Inhale, jump. Turn the palms, turn the upper arms. Inhale, lift the arms up. If the palms can come together, you do, but get that outer heel of the hand to press. Tailbone in. Turn the legs to your right. Turn the chest, inner upper left knee squeezes to straight. Virabhadrasana 1. Turn the chest to the right. Breathe. Now, as you transition, frontal ribs towards the frontal hip bones, buttock towards that back heel. Virabhadrasana 3, buttock towards the back heel, side ribs towards your hands. Sorry, I'm just running out of space. Virabhadrasana 1, straighten the front leg, and exhale, bring the hands either side of the front foot. Now, when you do that, bring the back foot in a little bit to shorten your stance. But left heel down, mound of the right big toe down, lengthen the frontal spine. So work for that concave back. Bring the left hand to the outer right leg, right hand on the right waist. Lengthen the left side body. And exhale, turn the chest to the right, right arm up. So outer hips firm, tailbone in. Keep the left side body long and transition into Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Still the buttock flows to that lifted left leg. Catch the weight in the mounds of your right foot and turn. Now, to come up, you go back to Parivrita Trikonasana to gain your stability. And then inhale, come up and look forward. Good. So if you need to reposition yourself on your mat, do it. Feet apart, wide. Arms up, second side, lift and lengthen. Turn the legs to the left. Outer right heel down, turn the chest. Inhaling with your exhale, bend the left leg, turn the chest to the left. Inner upper right knee squeezes to straight. Now, when you transition to Vira 3, frontal ribs to frontal hip bones, buttock to the back heel. Lengthen the body in both directions. Now back to Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten the front leg. Arms either side of that front leg for Parsvottanasana, and you'll shorten your stance a little bit. Drive the back heel down so the buttock flows. Side ribs forward, concave upper back. So now, right side body long, keep it that way. Parivrita Trikonasana. Flow those thick back right ribs towards the ground. Transition, Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Keep that right side waist long. Buttock into your right heel. Then right back to Parivrita Trikonasana. Exhale, back heel down, and with your inhale, come on up. Good, exhale, jump. Tadasana. Feet hips distance. Reach the arms up. And exhale, come forward. Soft Uttanasana. Change the crossing of the arms. And inhale, come on up. So now, we're going to string all of that together on each side. So the idea isn't to fatigue the joints or the limbs. Rather, the idea is to move from one thing to the next, gently but steadily. So it's not super speedy, but it's also a little faster than what we did, so that you can just keep the energy moving. Okay? Tadasana. Run to the right first. Inhale, jump. Turn the legs to the right for Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, left heel down, left thigh back. Exhale, bend the right knee, Vira 2, and turn the gaze. So really feel like, basically you catch the essence of that pose, then take a breath. Exhale, Utthita Trikonasana. Catch the tailbone in, frontal spine long. Take a breath and exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Same story. That's it. Feel the flow of the organic body towards the sky. Parivrita Ardha, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Now inhale, come up. Now keep your right leg where it is. Reach both arms up, pull up, and turn the back heel. So you're facing towards the right for Virabhadrasana 1. I'm adjusting my distance, sorry. Inhale, and exhale, bend the front leg. Vira 1, turn the chest. Take a breath, and now transition, Vira 3. Catch the front ribs to the frontal hip bones. Buttock towards that back heel. I just ran out of room, but that's okay. Tailbone in. Then back to Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten the front leg. Mound to the big toe down. Exhale, hands wide into the ground. Shorten the stance by moving the back foot and drive the back left heel bone down. Left hand crosses over. Inhale to Parivrita Trikonasana. Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Back to Parivrita Trikonasana. Press the back heel. Inhale, come up. Good. Bring the hands to the waist. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe. Take the arms wide. Second side. Turn the legs towards the left. Right heel down, right thigh back. Virabhadrasana 2. Turn the gaze and catch the lift in the chest. Exhale, Utthita Trikonasana. Keep the left side body nice and long. Right heel down. Then Ardha Chandrasana. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Keep that front knee bent. Top arm up and over. Turn. Then inhale, come on up. Keep your left leg turned out. Reach both arms up and pull up. Turn both legs now to face the left. Inhale, and with your exhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Turn the chest, inner upper right knee squeezes to straight. Now make that transition. Front ribs to frontal hip bones. Buttock towards the right heel. Use that for your stability. And then elongate. Bifurcate the body from the waist. Back to Vira 1. Straighten the front leg. Arms to the sides, Parsvottanasana. You can shorten the stance. Back heel down. So the right side body's long. Parivrita Trikonasana. Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Parivrita Trikonasana. Back heel down, inhale, come all the way up. Good, everyone. Bring your hands to your waist. Widen the legs. So maximum width, while you can still get a lift through your inner ankles to the inner thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest for Prasarita Padottanasana. Exhale, come forward. And bring the crown of the head down. So Prasarita Padottanasana 1. Get the weight to spread into the mounds of the foot. So the side body, right, these side ribs flow downward. Take the hands to the outer ankles and lift the elbows to the ceiling so the shoulders are lifted. Tailbone stays in. Then you can bring the hands behind you for Paschimo Namaskarasana. So this is Prasarita Padottanasana 2. Inner heel of the hand now has to be the effortful press. And then heels down, tailbone in, inhale, come on up. Heel, toe, step, or jump. Release the arms, Tadasana. We're coming towards the ground, so turn to face one side of your mat. So a narrow side. Feet about hips distance. With your exhale, first 2 fingers wrap around the big toes for Padangusthasana. So observe, at first the weight will go into the heels and the buttock flows. The outer groin's pinned back. The lower portion of the buttock goes down, right? It helps you get the tailbone in. But then the freedom comes from the spreading of the mound of the foot, the front thigh into the back thigh, and the side ribs lengthening forward to broaden the chest. Now use all of that to bend the elbows wide and descend the trunk of the body, crown of the head downward. Padangusthasana. Use the legs to feed the trunk of the body. Then inhale, straighten the arms and bring the palm of the hand under the sole of the foot. Same story, heels bear weight first. Shift the weight forward into the mound of the foot. Then elbows wide, and descend. And then release the hands, inhale, come up, feet together. Go on and take the arms up, lengthen. So again, you bifurcate from the waist, buttock down, side body up, tailbone in. Exhale, hands either side of the feet. And with your exhale, palms to the ground as the crown of the head descends. Really reach into the heel of the hand, creating width in the upper back. Then hands forward, feet back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And child's pose. Bring the hands under the shoulders, push the floor away. Inhale, come on up. Good, everybody. Have a seat in Virasana. So arrange the calves, have a prop if you need it. I will tell you, we're going to be in Virasana for a little bit of time. I'm turning to the side. But then we are going to lie back in Supta Virasana. So if you want a bolster or some height behind your spine, get it. Okay, so you don't have to move in between. Take a moment, flow the flesh of the buttock to the back of the knees, right? So the whole lower back is lengthened and the outer groins pinned down. And roll the shoulders back. Look forward. Surrender the thighs, surrender the grip in the knees, and just be for a moment. Find that there's less effort in the lower body, almost like you're buried in sand from the waist down, right? You can almost feel the weight of that sand on your legs. So again, this kind of goes to the metaphor of the lotus flower, right, that is often used. So if the legs had sand on them from the waist down, your body had sand on them, or on it, that weight. Observe how the spine has to do the effort of crawling out of there, right? Lift and lengthen through the frontal body. Then interlock your fingers for Parvatasana. Use that length of the spine to promote lift in the arms. Shoulder blades into the back. Bring the arms down and change sides. As much as the arms lift up, think of the weight in the hips and the legs. Release the arms down. Gomukhasana arms. So I don't care which arm comes behind you first. You decide. But again, once the lower body's weighted, right, it is not the responsibility of the shoulders here to lift you. It is the responsibility of the spine. That pranic lift comes up the frontal surface of the spine, which helps move the thoracic spine in, shoulder blades on the back. Breathe. Come back to neutral. And change sides. Surrender the shoulder, particularly of the bottom arm. Coil the upper back in. And then release the arms. Supta Virasana. So to lie yourself back, lift the buttock, flow the buttock to the back of the knees and come to your elbows. Get that length again and again. Then lift the chest. I really prefer coming in through Paryankasana, so crown of the head can come down first to get the chest to lift. It's a nice like segue. And then you release down. Now, if the knees lift up, it can be helpful because it gets your buttock to flow more. It gets your lower back closer to the ground. And then you lengthen. Oh, you lengthen the frontal thighs, the front groins, and take those legs down. And the arms overhead, I always find, is quite helpful. Hook the fingers the other way. And from time to time, you can lift your knees and get that length of the buttock to help open the front legs. Then elbows down, inhale, lift the chest, up you come. Now from here, you can keep the feet there, widen your knees, hips down. If it bothers your knees, you just put the big toes together. Otherwise, keep the hips down. Walk your hands forward. Yogi Mudrasana in Virasana. So this is considered like full child's pose. Then hands under your shoulders, come on up. Good. Shirshasana, headstand. This will not be a long head balance, but nonetheless, let's take some time to be in headstand. If for any reason you're not going upside down today, you could take Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, maybe with a bolster under your shoulders and the feet apart. So this is a nice alternative to headstand. Okay, you can just kind of let the legs go. It's actually very, very nice. Okay. Otherwise, head balance. Once you're there, push the heels up and lengthen the buttock into the heels. And then the feet can come together, keeping the tailbone in. Observe how the spreading in the mound of the foot helps to firm the outer legs to the midline, helping to catch the tailbone. As the outer legs firm, lengthen upward through the inner legs, as if the big toes were almost being lifted to the ceiling. Tailbone in, frontal thighs long and lifted, very similar to how they were lifted in Supta Virasana. If you feel stable there, you can come with me for this next bit. You turn your legs out and the legs go into Upavishta Konasana. Buttock still has to flow towards the heels. Then Baddha Konasana. Shirshasana. Once again, Upavishta Konasana. Baddha Konasana. Shirshasana. Now, let's see. We're going to just go through a small Ekapada. So your left leg stays right where it is. The right leg comes forward and halfway down. So right buttock to the right heel, press the mound of the right big toe away. And exhale to lift the leg back up. So it's almost like a little tiny, just a little tiny movement. Right leg stays up, exhale, left leg comes halfway down and press the mound of the left big toe away. Take a breath. And exhale, come back up. So that flow of the buttock towards the heels is vital for the first portion of that ekapada. So when you exhale and take the right leg down, the right buttock flows to the right heel. It pushes. Maintain it as you spread the mound of the right foot. Then with an exhale, the leg comes back up. Last one. Left heel down, push it away, spread the mound of the left foot. And exhale, the leg comes up. And then with your exhale, take both legs down, buttock flows to the heels, spread the mounds of the foot and touch down easily. Child's pose. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, come on up. All right, everybody, set up for, set up for shoulder stand. So you can have a chair for your feet if you need it. Have any props you need for shoulder stand. If you're not going upside down today in shoulder stand, if you're on your cycle or something, take Supta Baddha Konasana, and that's fine. Okay. So kind of a nice thing to do is to give yourself a blanket under your head. The way that I teach shoulder stand is with the 3 blankets, as you guys all know. I think I'm going to put up a shoulder stand tutorial very soon. I maybe need to work on that. I keep saying it. And I got one halfway done and then things changed, so I didn't finish it. Have a strap for your arms. We are going to take just standard shoulder stand. We will take some Upavishta legs and some Baddha Konasana legs. We will do Ekapada, 1 leg to the floor. And then we'll take Halasana and basically the cycle of Halasana, which will be Halasana, legs wide, side Halasana, and then Karni Pidasana. So the knees bent by the ears. Okay. So as you're ready, go on lie back. To prepare to come in today, I'd like for you to take your hands to your ankles. Your feet can come right up onto that bolster. And we'll take Chatushpadasana. So heels down, buttock lifts, and then tailbone straight through you and towards the ceiling. So that you can drive the heel bones down and away, flowing the shoulders and the triceps away from your head to build the coiling in your upper back and the opening, the broadness in the frontal chest. Now from there, just go ahead and take that strap, put it around your arms above your elbows, palms down. Lower the hips, and when you're ready, Halasana. Hands to the back body. When you're ready now, begin to come up. Open the frontal groins as you do. Tailbone in. Shoulder stand. So it really is best to get your hands on your skin. It just does not work as well with your hands on your t-shirt. Observe how the chest lifts towards your chin as the frontal groins open. Bear weight in the shoulders and the upper arms more and more so the weight isn't in your head. The head does not turn. Be sure you don't turn your head. Then turn the legs out. Upavishta Konasana legs. Baddha Konasana legs. Shoulder stand. Again, Upavishta. Baddha Konasana. Shoulder stand. Now, Ekapada, bring the right leg halfway down. Push, flow the right buttock into the right heel. Then spread the mound of the right foot. Turn the left leg from outside in. Observe how the two outer hips firm to the midline. Then bring that right leg all the way back up. And left leg, left heel halfway down. Push the buttock to that heel. Then spread the mound of the foot. Right leg turns from outside in. The outer hips firm. And then bring that leg back up. Again, left leg stays, right leg goes first halfway down, then reach through the mound of the big toe and see about touching that foot down. Outer hip up, left leg turn, stable. And inhale, lift. Change sides. Heel away, then reach through the mound of the foot. Turn and lift. Inhale back up. And so now when the two legs come down together, it's a similar quality, right? The buttock flows to the heels, the mounds of the foot spread, and you sit down easily. Now, legs wide, Supta Konasana, flow the buttock. Bring the right foot to the left foot. Roll both buttock into the heel. Firm the outer left ankle into the midline. Supta Konasana, and then other side, left foot to right. Firm the outer right ankle to the midline. Again, Supta Konasana, right foot to left foot. Take the feet a little more to the left. Flow the buttock towards the heels. Go back to the second side. Take the feet a little further. Flow the buttock to the heels. Then come back to the center. Release your strap. Arms overhead. Then bend both knees. You can wrap your arms around your legs for Karna Pidasana. And reach the arms, straighten the legs, and slowly roll the body down vertebra by vertebra. When the hips touch down, bend your knees. And take your time, slide the shoulders off those blankets, and just be for a moment. Use the blankets there to really kind of massage and coil that middle thoracic spine in. Okay, everybody. Let's turn on to the right hand side. Whoops. Okay, yeah. We're going to come up. Just move your blankets and stuff away and set up for Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. You can have whatever height brick you want. You can use one brick or two, your choice. If you have two bricks or a tall brick, maybe use that strap. So if you're using the strap, go ahead and get that around the legs. Tailbone in. Take a moment, no matter what height you are on, no matter how comfortable you are with Setu Bandha, take a couple moments when you get your hips lifted to keep your knees bent for a moment and just be here and breathe, so that the abdomen has a chance to adjust and pacify, so that the thoracic spine has a chance to sort of coordinate and coil inward. And you can open then the armpit chest, that front armpit chest, arms flowing away from the ears. And once you're convinced all of that is coming, then add in the legs. Use the actions in the legs, the heels away and the mounds of the foot away, to feed that lift in the chest. Learning how to awaken the thoracic spine takes time, and it is really quite essential, really kind of life-saving as we age and just as we go through the ups and downs of life. And then bend your legs, feet flat, heels down, lift the hips. And bring yourself back down to the ground. Remove the strap. Roll to the right. Come up for just a moment so that you can sit, be in either swastikasana or padmasana, whichever one is happy for you. Don't force anything. But either swastikasana, bend forward, nice to have something under your head. Or if you want to take half Padmasana, that's kind of nice if you are in the stages of learning it. If it feels good today, take it. I don't know. But if you come in, it might be the first time you've done this pose today. I know it is for me today. It's been kind of a cuckoo week. Support that knee if it's lifted. Right? If you're doing it, you should know that, but it's worth saying. Come up and change sides. And then come on up. Lie yourself back for Shavasana. Really be mindful about how you place the body. If the legs, in fact, today would be a really good day after all of that early leg work we did to put a bolster on top of your thighs to get the legs to really settle and be soft and surrendered. Heels away. Just take that bolster up there on top of the thighs, turn the arms out, and allow the eyes to close. And once you are satisfied with how you are placed on the earth, close the eyes. Follow the long, smooth, extended exhale, inviting the consciousness to move more deeply within you. Invite that sense of awareness inward without any expectations. Allow there to even be almost a sense of curiosity, like, wow, what am I going to find today? Effort to soften the sense organs, the eyes, the ears, the tongue, the jaw, the nose, the skin. Observe how the body can become so steady and still, almost like a stone on the banks of a river. It's not like that stone never moves. It changes with time. But it's more affected by the stream of water rushing by it. And it's willing to be patient, to observe, and to wait. Can you be like that in your body? Stable and steady like a stone. Observing the changes around you, even within you. But not requiring yourself to do. And when that desire comes to do or even to plan, is it mental or is it physical? Drop it and just be. And then bring the hands to rest on the frontal body. Remember that bolster is likely there. Bend your left leg. Reach the right arm overhead. Turn onto the right hand side. And then use the hands to press the floor away. And come on back up to sitting. Namaskar, everyone.